Hey, what's up guys? John here. I moved to Cleveland 5 months ago and currently now spending more advertising than we buy ugly houses. We just inked the biggest advertising deal in my lifetime. Something to where if you were a neurosurgeon and you were running a campaign, or a personal injury attorney running a campaign, most of these guys would sweat over the size of this campaign. And why do I have such confidence in this big shift in America? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you not just what's happening here, but an office building we just acquired, just finished renovations. And I'm going to discuss why I believe this shift is going to create so many wealthy individuals, those that are really paying attention. And a lot of people are going to become rent for lifers where there's no other alternative. Like, look, all these properties, even behind me, it's a construction site. They're still building more and more and more. There's probably, I want to say, 1,000 units just here. The studio apartments are renting for $1,550 a month. The ones on the ground level here, the 3 bedrooms, are going for $6,000 a month in Cleveland. How insane is that? Over $6,000 in Cleveland. I can see if you're living in LA, living, West Hollywood, or you're renting a house in the hills or something, like a tiny little bungalow, you're spending $6, $7, $8,000. Sure. But you're spending $6,000 to rent one of these apartments, 3 bedrooms, or over $3,000 for, 1 bedroom. That's crazy. But they're building them all over the place. And when I saw this, and it's all on the other side too, and then I saw this, they're even building more up here, even more behind me over there. I started looking at this big shift, this affordability crisis, and how I see this whole thing shaking out. This is why I'm spending so much in advertising and why I'm building out a business. I relocated my family from Florida here for this opportunity. Like, we're not going, at this kind of like half-cocked where it's like, oh yeah, maybe we'll try it a little bit. No, we're going all in on this because this is the future right here, right now. And I've even heard people talking about Indianapolis, different states. No numbers come close to what we're doing here in Cleveland. Not even close. So this advertising campaign, what we're doing is we are finding sellers in areas that we want to invest in, buying deals that we like. We have a construction crew, actually 2 of them, a total of over 25 guys. We have a lady that works directly with the other ladies at housing. So we're hand selecting tenants before any other investor has any access to them. So we have this team that's been built that I really would have thought it would have taken years to build something like this. But we come here and everything has just kind of like fallen into place really quickly, like almost overnight. So I found this building here, and this building, $127,500. I think the building now is probably worth about $500,000. We spent about $60,000 fixing it up. It was an area in which I thought had a lot of promise. It's just outside of this really big gentrification zone. It's like maybe a half a mile, 0.3 miles away from it. And in that time, like when we acquired it in December, late December, we went under contract late December, closed in January. And at that time, these homes were selling $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. And I was looking at this building and I was saying, okay, well, $127,500 for the property. I would go to the building at 6 a.m. I'd go to the building at 9 a.m. I'd go to the building at 9 p.m. And I would count cars every hour. I would see how many cars are going by the minute, by the 30-minute period, by the hour, and looking at it. Then I was gauging the impressions on what I thought just the signage alone, forget the building, what is the signage worth? And the signage to me was worth about $450 to $500 a month. So on a $127,500 purchase, even if I finance the entire thing, it probably cost me about $200 a month, a little bit more than $200 a month for the property, for the downstairs retail and the upstairs apartment. So $200 a month, I'm like, well, if we're advertising, we buy homes cash out front in an area in which I think has a high probability of appreciating. If we get one good deal, then the building is paid for. So how do you really lose on that type of deal? Then I looked at it another way. I'm like, okay, well, what would be the cost to build that building now? It's about 2,000 square feet. about 200 bucks a foot to build. If you're lucky, it's probably 400 grand just to rebuild it with the cost of the land. Plus, it's probably gonna take you 18 months to do it. So I'm like, okay, we'll buy 127.5. We'll spend the money, fix it up, and we did. So you'll see the property, what we're gonna be doing inside of it. It's gonna be really cool. So we're gonna have 3 acquisition specialists downstairs, and these acquisition specialists are gonna be going after a set criteria of clients that were looking to acquire their properties. They're gonna be going after these deals, and then we have another team in which we work with, which will assist with writing the offers, will assist with title work, basically all the paperwork, everything that actually comes through to it. But what the office is going to be mainly focused on is deal selection, getting the right deals under contract. And then once we have these deals under contract, we close them. After we close them, we have our teams go forward, get bids, fix them up. Once they're fixed up, then we have our team that has contacts at the housing authority, and we pursue the highest rent possible. And then we offer the property management services in-house. We're now interviewing for a property manager that's going to be in office 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And it's going to be really cool. It's going to be really, really, really great experience, I believe, for ourselves and our investors. So this area, it's right over here. And I'll show you like the before and afters of this property. When we bought this place, it was a dump. It was a horrible, horrible building. I even said it in the video. I'm like, oh, this place is the most disgusting building you'll probably see in this area. But I think it offers a lot of opportunity. So this is the building. I personally think it's the ugliest building on this street. Like, no doubt, the thing looks atrocious. But in about 2 weeks, this place is gonna be stunning. So when we have our team in place, we're gonna be going after thousands of leads every single day. And the amount of impressions we're going to be getting off of our advertising will likely be in the millions every single week. So we'll be going after them in office, we'll be going after them remotely, we'll be going after them with our advertising. We have signs out front of all of the properties in which we're buying. We have great relationships with all of the wholesalers, all the people that are bringing deals. We have great relationships with all of them because they know when they bring us a deal, we like it, and we're going to close cash. We're going to close fast. There's no inspection, loan, appraisal, nothing like that. And so they just continue to send us deals. And then social media also helps as well because we have wholesalers, real estate agents, other people that are bringing us deals organically. So here's the office. Tell me what you think. We're going to put the sign out front probably sometime next week. Once it's made. But this is the property right here. Look at that. It's really nice. It's gonna look really good with that sign out front. So here's the inside of it. Oh, my editor blanked out the board. So it has all of our deals that are just closed, everything that's under contract right now, everything that's under renovations, everything that's on the market right now for rent, everything that just got rented. And so this is the front of the office. 3 desks right here. Kind of like our chill room where we talk about deals. And then this is my office down here. Still setting everything up. We're gonna have a TV that's gonna be linked. We're gonna have monitors inside of every single property. So I'll be able to watch the progress of every project in real time, which is gonna be really, really cool. So you have the downstairs, which is about 1,100 square feet. Bathroom here. Bathroom. And then upstairs, we're gonna have, we still have to get appliances, we still have some stuff to get up here, but here's the kind of living room area, kitchen. We have an additional room here, probably like short form content there. Bathroom, retiled the shower. And filming here, putting these shirts up for the Echo. Because to get more furniture up here will come probably the next couple days. So we're filming here, and then we'll be doing current event videos in this third, or rather call-in shows here, green screen. So upstairs will be exclusively for content. Downstairs will be just for acquisitions and property management. So this area where I am right now, I think offers a lot of promise. And I think being on the ground is a major advantage. Going and looking at properties firsthand is a major advantage. I'm looking at properties every day between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. So I'm driving, looking at these deals, vetting these deals. So once we have our team that's going to be in office and we're looking at 1,000, 2,000 deals a day, or we're prospecting rather, 1,000 to 2,000 deals a day, maybe we're looking at maybe 1% of those deals, 1.5% of those deals, the volume's really gonna really start to pick up a lot. And we're gonna have signs out front of every single house that we're closing on, which will come here. And we're gonna be running this like a real business. So the campaign, our advertising campaign will be live. We already have one right now. We have 50 billboards out in Cleveland, which is like, it's good, but what we're doing now, it's like, it's next level. We'll be top 3 advertisers in the entire city of Cleveland, the top 3. This is considering even the entire, the city, they have like health campaigns about, lead paint and different things. We're gonna be spending more and getting more impressions than the entire city of Cleveland. We're gonna be spending more than all but one accident attorney. And by Q1 of next year, we will be the biggest advertiser by far. There will not be a close second. And we're gonna be going after these deals, buying all the ones that we really like, fixing them, tenanting them, and managing them correctly. And we don't play around with the management side of it. Some property management companies are, there's like flexibility and leeway, and they're like, oh, they could pay a little bit late, that's okay. No. Ours is ironclad by the day. If they're late, 1 iota, they're getting a late fee. Just because we have fiduciary duty to the investor to get them the best return on their investment. And our responsibility to tenant is to give them a nice place to live. We give them a nice place to live, we take care of the property, and we fulfill on our end, they fulfill on our end, or on their end, and it's a mutual exchange. It's a mutual relationship where the tenant benefits and the landlord benefits. And so that's why we're running everything in-house, to make sure that it's run the way it should be run. So if you'd like to learn more about what we're doing, you can go to singlefamilyinvestors.com. And I think I'm going to start putting a lot of like before and after videos of what our clients are buying, what they look like at time of acquisition, after they're finished, show their cash flow. Obviously not sharing specific information about any investors, but show the cash flow on their specific property, like how much they spent versus the cash that they received. And I think the next couple of years, like you watch, mark my words, Florida, Texas, California, all these states are going to get so expensive to live that everyone is going to be going to places where they can afford to feed themselves. They can afford to live on a salary that is average, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. Some of these areas we're buying in, you could make $40,000, $50,000 a year and buy a nice house. Not like some mansion, but like a nice 3-bed, 1-bath house, and your payment's $500, $600 a month, right? Like how can we buy properties that are 15 minutes away from those for $6,000 for a 3-bedroom house, and I'm buying them for 80, 70, 90? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And mark my words, in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, the opportunities will not exist. They won't. And what's the difference between somebody that really does something and someone that just talks about it? The person that really does it actually goes for it and goes all in. I'm all in on Cleveland. I'm all in on affordability. I think it's the future. And the smart and savvy investors right now realize that the purchasing power of their dollar is going to continue to erode over the next 5 years. And the only thing that's going to really matter are hard real assets. And as you have this increased demand on affordability, those that own those assets will benefit. What do you think about it? What do you think about this entire situation? Let's have a conversation below. And if you'd like to talk with me, if you have 100K or more, you can go to singlefamilyinvestors.com. That's singlefamilyinvestors.com, or click the link in the description just below this video. Catch you next video.